wellness instructor from Stonebridge Community Services, and that means my job is to keep you moving and motivated on the mat. Today we're here at the Port Stanley Fitness Center with a full body workout. I've got a couple props today, so if you have a broomstick or a mop stick nearby, we're just going to check our posture with it. If you don't worry about it. And also, if you could, a resistance band. So we're going to start seated today. And if you can, feet out nice and long. See if you can pull your toes back and get a nice stretch through the back of your legs. And now what the dowel's here for is just to check our posture. So when we sit on the mat, we want to be able to have that dowel against the tailbone, shoulders back, and the back of your head against the dowel. If we have really tight hamstrings, they're going to pull your pelvis forward and you'll never be able to get that nice tall posture. If that's the case, you probably want to either find something to prop your hips up, which will loosen the tension on the hamstrings and just lift you up a little bit, or just do the first part of the workout sitting in a chair so that we don't put any stress on that low back. So whichever position is right for you, start by sitting down. And we're going to start with the rubber band over the feet. Make sure that the band's on the heel side of the foot, because that way if it slips off, it's not going to get you in the nose. And maybe point the toes out just a teeny bit. And now shoulders are back, and we're going to start with some rowing. So we're going to let the elbows come all the way back, and just try to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your elbows together like you're trying to touch them behind your back. And then nice slow release with soft elbows. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, pull all the way back. Blow out through the mouth. Try to touch those elbows, big squeeze, trying to wake up those shoulder blades and soften it out. And exhale back, big squeeze. And soften. Let's go two more. Squeeze. And release. And just one more time, big squeeze. And release. Nice job. We're going to switch the rubber band so that we're just hooking it underneath the thumbs. We always want to have nice straight wrists and try to move that rubber band so it's about equal on both sides. And now draw the shoulders back. We're going to try to crush the rib cage with our elbows and relax. And try that again, this time keeping all the tension out of your neck. So nice low activation. We're just trying to connect the shoulder blades to your rib cage. And relax. And big inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze elbows to ribs. See if you can feel that engagement under your arm. And then just lighten that up a teeny bit, but keep the connection. And then we're going to just tuck the tailbone forward a wee bit and lean back. And exhale, squeeze inner thighs, push into the heels, up we go. And now if that bothered your back at all, we can do all of the bicep curls just in this tall seated position. But if it felt all right for you, let's add on to that. So big breath in. Exhale, start to curl the tailbone forward, leaning back, looking down at your belly button. Engage the elbows to the ribs. And now we're going to bring the thumbs up to the shoulders and soften it down. And exhale up. And don't worry if you don't have a resistance band, just follow along. You might want to hold 2 water bottles to add a little extra weight. And 4. And keep breathing. 5. And 1 more. 6. Well done. Let's sit right back up tall on our sitting bones. Now we're going to put the knuckles together. The arm movement's going to be drawing the hands right into the sternum. Elbows high if you can. If that causes any shoulder pain, keep them down. Inhale, reach out. And exhale back. Again, you can stay with just the arm movement, or if you feel okay with it, tailbone start to curl forward, lean back, and hands to the sternum. And then engage inner thighs, and up we go. Reaching out. Tuck the tailbone as you start to lean back, the hands start to come towards the chest. Exhale, hold, inhale up. Reach it out, exhale back. Curl the tailbone, hands to the sternum, elbows up if that's okay. Engage inner thighs, press together, press into your heels. Sit nice and tall on the sitting bones, and back. And inhale, squeeze inner thighs, up we go. Tall on the sitting bones, one more time. Leaning back, hold it there. 4, 3, 2, well done. Come on up. And now we're just going to reach out and shake hands with the rubber band. So this one's a little bit tricky. Really important that we get shoulder blade movement, but in a lot of people that's weak. So let's just try to, with the elbows straight, pull the shoulder blades back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Really important posture exercise, waking up those rhomboids, and release. Elbows stay straight as we retract the shoulder blades. And now what we want to do is keep those shoulders low and relaxed. What we want to avoid is using the upper traps and bringing those shoulders up to the ears. So think low. And release. And 3. Squeeze and relax. And again, if our shoulders are back in the right position, it's going to really help with shoulder health and posture. 3 more. And release. 2 more. Big squeeze. And release. Very last one. Perfect. And now we're going to let our hands slide down to the side, coming almost to the end of the rubber band. And we're just going to keep those arms as long as you can. I know we'll probably have to soften a bit because the floor is there. And just see how far you can press back, extending through your arms, and release. Nice and tall on the sitting bones. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, sweep the arms back, working those long muscles of the back of your arms and your back. And 2 more. Reach and relax. And just 1 more. Reach and relax. Well done. Remember to take that rubber band off, give your legs a little shake. Let the hands go wider than your hips. Little stretch here. Always respect any pain. If you find at any point your shoulders are painful, stop at that point so it doesn't have to go overhead. Connect the ribs to your hips in the front so that when we start raising the arms overhead, we avoid arching the back. See how far you can go. If you can go all the way over, fine. If not, don't worry. Just do what you can. 1 more time, sweep it over. It's working that arm in the full range of motion. And now if you couldn't get that rubber band over, all you need to do is just a little lasso over your back. We want to straighten the band out so it's not all wrinkled up behind your back, because we're going to use this as a little proprioceptive. Just gives our brain feedback. And so from here, all I want to do is try to breathe into the back of the rubber band. Try to push the back of your ribs against the back of the rubber band and squeeze it out. And now this time, when you breathe into your back, we're going to press the arms out. So big breath in, out, and then draw the breath in with your nose, filling up the back of the ribs, and reach away, keeping soft elbows. Try to stay tall on the sitting bones. Imagine somebody's going to give you a big push and don't let them push you over. That way we know your abs are engaged. And out. And in. Good job. Let's go 3 more. And now your choice. If you want to add a little curl to that, you can. So just tailbone forward as you lean back, extend the arms. Squeeze inner thighs start to push the tailbone forward as we extend the arms. And squeeze in our thighs, press into the heels, up we go. One more time, press away. And up. And then from here, we're gonna bring our elbows, like we're trying to touch them together behind the back, making a little bit of a W with our arms. Now sit tall on the sitting bones, engage the abs, breathe into the rubber band, and extend the arms to the side. And then draw the elbows together with that big squeeze, press, 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 working on our posture, and exhale out. Inhale, draw the breath into that rubber band, right into the back of your ribs. Exhale, press your arms away from each other. Very last time, in and out. Well done. The rubber band can come to the side for a moment, and we're just going to lower ourselves down to the floor. So let's start by looking down at our knees, and then we'll let our arms come out to the side. Retract the shoulders, and then we're going to take a big breath into that back of the ribs. And on the exhale, start to curl the tailbone forward, and we're just going to lower ourselves down with as much control as we can. Low back first, middle back, shoulders, and head. From here, we're going to just cross the arms over, holding on to the opposite elbow. And then let's let one leg come in and then the other into that hook liner bent position. And widen out through the shoulders. Now big breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to let the elbows come over to one side. See if you can touch the floor, but again, if there's any pain, stop at that point. And then big inhale, up and over. Press the elbows down, just waking up and rotating that upper body. Big breath in. And exhale, over. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, hold. Inhale back to the center. And now really pay attention to the bottom two ribs where they are on the mat. And as you raise your arms overhead, we're going to try to keep the rib cage heavy. Well done, and up, and just separate the arms and down to the side. Slide the hands down towards the feet. Try to get all of that tension out of your neck and shoulders. And now we're going to widen the feet as wide as the mat. And we're going to let the knees fall to one side, or we'll go to the right. The left knee, we're steering it towards the right foot. Trying to keep that opposite hip down as much as you can. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Big breath in. It's always good to inhale when rotating to decompress the spine, and then just steering that knee down towards your opposite foot. Inhale, up, and exhale, over. One more time, inhale up, exhale over. Well done, back to the center. We're going to keep the feet as wide as the mat and just draw your feet in closer to your bottom. Slide your hands down closer to your feet. Engage glutes, little energy in your toes, and we're going to lift the hips up in a really straight, long bridge. And now as you're here in the bridge, just notice whether your shoulders are even, and then think about extending your knees right over to the other wall, lengthening out through your torso. Hold it there, and then just see if you can lift the heel of your right foot. And in. Might get a little cramping there. If you do, just shake it off. Come on down. Let's go with the left foot. Come on up and down. Well done. We'll lower the bottom to the floor. Squeeze glutes, little energy in the toes. Lift the hips up. Extend through the knees to lengthen, even through your shoulders. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. One more time. Squeeze, lift, and hold. Really good exercise for back strengthening. Focus here is glutes. Glutes are really important for protecting your back. Lengthen through the knees and lots of control as we lower down. Perfect. And now from here we're going to have our feet come into about hip width so that the toes are right underneath where your hip bones are. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the right leg up towards the chest. Just give that leg a little squeeze. And then if it's okay, extend that leg out. Just want to loosen up those hamstrings. Pull the toes back towards the nose a little bit. Notice whether you're even in the hips and shoulders as you breathe. Nice deep breaths. Every exhale, we're going to try to straighten that leg out just a teeny bit more. We're going to be working on our hip flexors in a second, and if we let those hamstrings relax, we won't have to fight those tight muscles. Perfect. One more deep breath right into the back of your ribs. And then on the exhale, feel your abs engage and tighten. Really work that exhalation. And now we're going to bend the knee. We're going to bring both hands up and press the knee into your hands. Now notice your bottom 2 ribs. We just want to keep your ribs nice and flat on the floor as we press. Nice deep breathing. Relax your neck. It's not part of this. And relax. Big breath in to prepare into the back of the ribs. Exhale. Blow it out and press that knee into the hand. And relax. Let's go 2 more. Big breath in to prepare. Exhale. Press knee to hand. Shoulders are wide. Neck's relaxed. And release. Now this exercise is really great if you have a hard time keeping your legs in the air during Pilates for a long period of time. Probably means the hip flexors need to be tightened up or strengthened a little bit more. And that's all we're doing here. And just switching sides, we're going to float that left leg up. Inhale to prepare, back of the ribs. Exhale, press legs into the hands. Inhale, soften. Exhale, press. Feel those muscles tighten up as you breathe out. Inhale, relax into the back of the ribs, through your nose. Exhale, press. Relax your neck. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Well done. Good job, and relax. Good job. Okay, we're going to use that rubber band now. So now we're going to let one leg float up. We're going to put that rubber band over the heel part of the foot. And then the other leg float up. So if you do have any restrictions with your back, sometimes having that rubber band there is really helpful for that little extra support. But again, if you don't have one, we can still do the exercises. Big breath in to prepare. Glue your elbows to the floor for extra support. Tuck your elbows into your rib cage. Connect everything. And then try to keep those bottom 2 ribs anchored as we start by coming up towards the ceiling. And now glue your inner thighs. Shoulders are wide. And we're just going to let ourselves lower inch by inch. we're trying to find, go down a little lower, is that point that you feel like it's challenging to keep your bottom ribs on the floor. If you find that it's easy, you can go down a little further. If you're really working hard and you need a rest, just draw the knees in, give it a little shake back and forth. So we're really concentrating on strengthening those low abs. One more time, let's straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Let's press into that rubber band and keep those legs as straight as you can. Nice stretch here. And try to press your legs together like you're holding that $100 bill between your knees, and then even further, come up and see if you can squeeze up through the pelvic floor. And now big breath in, anchor the bottom ribs, lower yourself down maybe a few inches, find that point. And it may be a little bit challenging to hold your ribs there. You want to keep the ribs nice and flat, relax your neck. And then when you're ready, just tuck the knees in and give yourself a little shake. Let's do this one more time, straight up to the ceiling. Shoulders are wide, gauge in your thighs. We're going to lower ourselves down a few inches, finding that stabilization threshold, that point that you can still keep the ribs flat on the floor, but it's a little bit challenging. Legs are glued together, we're pressing into the heels. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then when you're ready, tuck it in. We're going to separate the knees now. Rubber bands together right over the sternum, both hands on. And now we're going to mimic that deep squat with our froggies. So the knees steering towards the shoulders. Ribs are flat. Big breath into the back of the ribs. Exhale, reach out. Try to remember that spot that you could go where it was challenging, where your back can stay nice and flat. If it's too hard, just go up a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then from here, draw the knees in towards the shoulders. Should really feel that bottom rib connect. Try to keep that connection as you reach out and zip up the inner thighs. Press the legs together, pull up through that pelvic floor, relax the neck, and in we go. This is one of my favorite exercises because it works the hips through that full range of motion. So really great lubrication for the hips. And in. And press. Squeeze in your thighs. And in. Let's go 2 more. And very last one. And draw the legs in. From here, we're going to take one foot out of the rubber band. Keep that rubber band on your heel. And then when you're ready, we're just going to have one rubber band in each hand, elbows to the ribs. We're going to reach that leg all the way out. See how far you can go, about knee height. And then both rubber bands, or both sides of the rubber band into both hands, so they're together now. We're going to bring that leg all the way up to the ceiling. See, keep pushing into that rubber band. See how far you can come towards your chest without lifting that tailbone off the mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. With every exhale, we're trying to bring that leg a little bit closer. Now, if that's challenging, stay where you are. If you want to get a little more quality out of this stretch, we're going to reach the opposite leg down to the floor. Stretch into that heel. Should feel your hip open up on that side that's on the mat. And then press that leg into the floor a little bit harder. See if you feel it even through the back of your hips. Well done. And always remember, it's important that that leg stays straight. So if you need to go down a little bit further to keep that leg straight, that's what you do. You want to just keep everything as straight as you can to really relax those hamstrings. Now separate the rubber band, elbow to the floor. We're going to go 3 circles. Circles can be as big as you like, as long as you don't feel your hips rocking back and forth. Trying to stay nice and even through the back of the hips. And that's done with our core. And pause and reverse. Other direction, just 3. Get that nice synovial fluid. Working on your hips, just like a little WD-40 to loosen everything up. Perfect. And we're just going to draw that knee in and bring the other foot into the rubber band. Heel side of the foot. Elbows to your side. Press the leg out. Keep that leg as straight as you can as you lift towards the ceiling. Perfect. And then when you're ready, we're going to let the other leg reach out as tolerated, trying to push that leg that's on the mat into the floor, and the other leg we're pushing it into the rubber band. And try to stay as even as you can through the back of your hips. Try to take all the tension out of your shoulders. And then when you're ready, I'm just going to change my hand position so my wrist stays straight, elbows to the floor, and 3 little circles, trying to keep the back of your hips as level as you can. 3, and pause and reverse. 3, press the other leg into the floor. Keep those hips nice and even. Well done. We're going to bend that knee. Let's take the rubber band off. We'll use that leg to help us get back to seated. Give yourself a little shake. You can sit however you like, whether it's cross-legged or in a chair, whatever feels right for you. Let's go with the final rotator cuff exercise. Elbows are glued to your rib cage, shoulders are back, showing off that necklace or tie. With that right arm, we're just going to do a little hitchhiking movement. Again, trying to connect the elbows to the rib cage while we externally rotate. And 3. And we're almost there. 4. Really important exercise to keep those shoulders nice and strong. And 1. Perfect. Other side, roll the shoulders back, connect with the rib cage, so squeeze those elbows in. Just a little hitchhiking. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 1 more. And 6. Perfect. Rubber band can go down. We'll finish with some fingers to thumbs. And then fingers all the way down to the palms. Perfect. And then we're just going to, all 4 fingers together,